Okay, so here's the big question. Is anybody hearing me now? That is the question at the moment. Are you guys able to hear me? Okay, so are you all able to hear me today? That is the question. Can you guys hear me this time around? Should have been able to last time, but I don't know what happened there. Hmm. Looks like my microphone's in the right place. The boom, at least. I've got the right one turned on. I guess we'll see what happens when somebody gets in here and lets me know if they can hear me or not. What's going on here? Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me this time around? Oh, I spelled that wrong. All right. Can anybody hear me out there? I really need to know. Last time I tried to go on, audio was not there and I didn't realize it. So I don't want to do a whole long video and not have audio. So I just kind of need to know if anybody can let me know if you can hear me or not. Once I know that you guys can hear me, then we'll actually get started with some fun. Can anybody hear me out there? Can anybody hear me out there? That is the question at the moment. Am I just talking to hear my head rattle? Or can anybody hear me out there? Mhm. Oh, yeah. Let's see if I can find my own video here. Ba ba da da da. Ba da da da. Ba da da. Okay, audio is working this time. That makes me very happy. That makes me happy, happy, happy. Okay, probably everybody got the notice and already came in and already left, so I'm just gonna have to wait a while for people to show up. Meanwhile, we're gonna look at something that would be helpful for anybody who comes across this video and who sticks around. So what we're gonna look at first is a reading on manifesting whatever it is that we're focused on manifesting today. So I may even put that in the chat so anybody who comes in will recognize and see that that's what we're doing. Our first reading is going to be best advice on manifesting. So you guys be thinking about what you want to be manifesting in your life. Bum ba da da. Bum ba da da. All right. I did want to light my candle. I forgot to do that. That might be why I had trouble before. Didn't ask Spirit to help me with this first. Help me, help me. I've already been on once and the audio did not work. Took me a while to figure that out. Should have checked that. So now I don't know if anybody will come in. Everybody might have given up on me. Hopefully people will come in here in a few minutes. So, best advice on manifesting whatever it is that each person who comes across this video wants to manifest in their lives. What would be the best advice for manifestation? Best advice for manifestation. Let's take a peek. And this is going to be for anybody coming across this video. And this is going to be very current time frame. Okay. So what we have showing up for cards on this question is the Ace of Cups coming up in reverse. Light Seers Tarot, for those of you who are wondering. Followed by the Four of Wands. Followed by the Six of Wands. All right, so best advice for manifestation. Here's the deal. It's time for us to really show our full integrity. It's time for us not to be watering down who we are for the rest of the world to accept us. It's time to be our true, utter, and authentic selves. You know, we don't have to be like assertive or, I mean, we don't have to be aggressive when we do this. We don't have to be mean about it. But it's time for us to quit just catering to what everybody else wants and to start to go into those things that really call us, that call our heart, that call our passion. It's time to start setting those things as a priority too, not just always keeping them on the back burner for everybody else's passions and supporting everybody else. It's time for us to also take care of us. So we want to be us in our full integrity. And of course, that makes sense, right? If we're trying to manifest something in our lives, we can't do that if we're trying to be somebody else. Now, Four of Wands talks about the home, talks about the family. So this talks about expressing ourselves at home, at least in our full integrity, if not everywhere else. But at least start with expressing ourselves in our full integrity at home, around the people that we love, around the people that we care about, around those people that we consider family, whether that's family or tribe family. And what we're going to find is that um, hmm, the prophet has no glory in his own home, basically, with that Six of Wands in reverse. People may not appreciate that right at first. And it's the thing is, though, it's not about them, it is about us. It's about us being able to be happy and feel free to live our own lives. And they'll adjust. They'll adjust because as we walk in our full integrity, then we give them permission to quit trying to be acceptable to everybody else too. We give them an implied permission to be themselves as well. So they'll catch up, but definitely at least start expressing in full integrity in the privacy of your own home around your family. You know, if you're ready for the next step, yay. But at least do that in the privacy of your own home. Okay. So if you have something that's important or that's special to you and you haven't put it out on the mantelpiece or out somewhere where it can be seen, it might be time to do that. You want to do those things that help you walk in your full integrity, at least in your own privacy and around those that you care about greatly. All right. So the next thing I want to do is I want to do readings for people in the room. So far, I only see a couple people in the room. I don't know if either one of you can actually get to me through chat. I was going to have people guess numbers, but with only two people, we can probably do readings for both. If either of you can type in and let me know if you have a question you would like me to answer, or if you want a message from Spirit, that will help. Aw, thank you. I appreciate those kind words. I'm glad you do. I pour a lot of me into those, actually. Would you like me to get you a message from Spirit today, AP, or would you like me to answer a question for you? Hello, hello. Everybody who's walking in new, I'm answering questions or bringing through messages for Spirit. Brown-eyed lady. Okay, message for you. All right, if we get too many people in here, I'll have to make it a little bit of a contest to see who wins. But for right now, it's just going to be people who request. So brown-eyed lady, we're going to start with you with a message. Those of you who would like to be receiving my newsletter and are not, you can receive it by texting the name Amista to 22828. That's the number that you would text my name to, and that'll get you on the list. Message from Spirit for you too, AP. Okay. You'll be after Brown Eye Lady. Brown Eye Lady. And you guys be aware, piggyback messages sometimes happen. So if you notice that something's really resonating with you, make good use of it in your life, whether your name is stamped all over it or not. If it's resonating, it's resonating. Goodness, Brown Eyed Lady. Whew. You got some stuff going on here. You got some stuff going on. Look at this. Here's your situation. Queen of Swords showing up here. All right. And that is covered by the Seven of Swords. All right. So brown-eyed lady, I'm going to say you may have air strong in your chart, but even if you don't, this Queen of Swords is telling me that you're being very logical about something. You're seeing through whatever kind of BS is coming up around you. You know the truth about things. Queen of Swords is a person who's been around long enough and who has had enough experiences to recognize baloney when it's walking and talking. And you do have somebody with that Seven of Swords. You have somebody who is trying to sneak away with something that belongs to you. All right. Whether this is intellectual type property or whether this is tangible, I can touch it, feel it, smell it, taste it type property, you've got that going on. Here's the thing with that Queen of Swords, you know exactly what's up. This person probably has not announced it. I would bet they haven't, but you know exactly what's up. You're mostly air. Okay. Well, then you understand. You guys are able to just logic your way right through BS. Where water signs know intuitively when BS is coming, you guys have experience to put to work. You guys know. Now, what's best advice around this situation where this person is trying to sneak off without letting you know they're taking something of yours? First of all, best advice, Tower. It's time to shake things up, baby. Time to shake up their world. This is time to be like, yeah, put that down before you walk out the door. Thank you very much. And don't let the door hit you on the butt now that you've done that. You know, that type of thing. Time to shake up their world. All right. Now, Five of Wands. Once you shake up their world, you're going to be busy trying to cover everything that this person was taking care of for you. All right. Hey, Cheryl. So you're going to be busy with that. Okay. Once you've got this, once you've actually shaken up their world, it's going to take you kind of picking up the pieces of what's left behind after you shoo this person right on out. Here's the thing, Three of Swords coming up here. This is telling me, I feel like this person's going to give you a huge sob story. They're going to try to play with your emotions and try to make you wish that, well, I think they're going to make you wish that things weren't this way anyway, even before you shake up their world. But I also think they're going to try to use some kind of emotional manipulation once you have to try to reverse that decision. But that's your heads up and your best advice there. Best advice is get rid of this person who's being unhonest and do whatever you have to do to pick up the pieces there. And if they have to have a story of a broken heart, well, that's their story. They created it. You know, tough love for yourself. Doesn't have to be personal. Can be business. A lot of times my Queen of Swords, she's thinking at things logically and she takes care of business very well. Would not surprise me. And then also sometimes these messages from Spirit come in before they've actually happened to give us a heads up too. I've seen that before as well. You're quite welcome. Okay, AP, you're up next for a message from Spirit. AP. All right. Message from Spirit for AP. Ba-ba-da-da. AP, are you still in the room? Actually, let's have confirmation you're still in the room. Are you still in the room? Yes. Okay. Excellent. Thank you. All right. Message from Spirit for AP. Ba-ba-da-da. ba-ba-da-da, ba-ba-da-da. AP. I don't remember who you are from your initials, but if you can tell me if you're male or female, this will help me put something into context here. So I've got a character showing up in your situation. That's going to be the King of Wands, covered by Temperance in reverse. Ba-ba-da-da, ba-ba-da-da, ba-ba-da. The Leo part may be showing up here. Is this AP or is this somebody in our sphere of influence? Okay, thank you. All right, thank you, my dear. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so your situation basically with this King of Wands covered by Temperance in reverse is telling me that you have somebody in your sphere of influence who I think is very impatient. That's the first thing that came through to me, but I also have another impression coming through as well. And that's that this person may have a little bit of a drinking problem or some type of other addiction. I'm going to go with, because I really can't make up my mind, that probably the bigger issue here, because that's the first thing that hit me, is the impatience coming into play. But I do think that that's probably also influenced by if there's some type of addiction issue, whether it's alcohol or otherwise. So if we want to just bottom line it and tell you what I know for sure from looking at these cards, you have somebody in your sphere of influence who is very social, very outgoing. They generally are very up, very much of a can-do attitude, good problem solver, but they're really impatient about something right now. Okay, so they may be trying to mash the gas on something that isn't going forward too well. I think we've got Mars in reverse or in shadow period of Mars going in reverse, which means a lot of things aren't really moving well if we're trying to do things. Bum, bum, bum. And that may be what's going on with this person. Okay, so looking at your best heads up or advice. Justice card comes up in reverse. Ace of Pentacles, followed by the World in reverse. Okay, so Justice card in reverse basically talks about um, this impatient person is making some type of decision about you. Okay. And the decision that they are making is one that actually is interesting because it's not really made in a fair way. It's made in some kind of corrupt way. The decision is tainted. All right. It's not made with integrity. This person didn't get all their information first or whatever, but this decision is faulty. However, faulty decision or not, with this Ace of Pentacles, it works out well for you. It brings you some type of gift or opportunity. Okay. And we have the World showing up in reverse. World in reverse says that I think you're appreciative of the gift or the opportunity, but at the same time, I think that there's a little bit of this niggling thing for you of, but this isn't really the way that I wanted this. So I think you're coming to a point where you're going to have to make a decision about how you handle that whenever that comes up. And I'm going to say that this person is making this decision in a tainted type of way because of their impatience. Their impatience is making them choose something that if they were thinking things through, they would know better, honestly. So I think really it comes down to you can take this opportunity and run with it if you want to. It's not exactly ideal, but it's pretty darn good. Or you can say, I think maybe there's a better choice here than me. That's going to be up to you. But you have the heads up that's coming in. I hope you find that helpful. All right, let's see. Who else is here? Cheryl Ford. Cheryl, are you still in the room? And if so, would you like to have a question answered or would you like to have a message from Spirit? Ba-ba-da-da. Anybody else in the room, if you want a question answered or a message from Spirit, just pipe up too. I'm going to be here a few more minutes. Go ahead and put it in the chat. Message from Spirit for Miss Cheryl Ford. Okay, here we go. Whoop, whoop. Message from Spirit for Miss Cheryl. Guys, don't forget to put a thumbs up on this video if you would. You guys are my sponsors. I don't have to advertise any kind of crazy things if you guys put thumbs ups on the videos and share them around. Otherwise, I have to start representing sponsors, and I really don't want to have to do that. I would rather trust you guys. All right, Cheryl. Message from Spirit. Also, if anybody's new here, please sub. That would be great. That way you don't miss anything else like this. So, what do we have, Cheryl? Page of Wands showing up in reverse, followed by the Chariot. Okay, so Cheryl, this is some type of news about travel or change of location. This could be news about, potentially it could be news about moving, but my first impression really was about travel. I think that this news coming in with that Page of Wands in reverse is some news that says, this trip that we were thinking of, it's probably not the best time to take it, or there's something that has sort of gone flat with the trip. Maybe somebody can't make it because they couldn't get the time off, or something has kind of gone flat, and so you may be reconsidering taking this trip, or you may be considering when you can reschedule it to, anything along those lines. All right, now let's look at best advice or heads up. Shows up as the King of Swords in reverse, Two of Swords, Ace of Cups. Ho, 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 ho. Here's your best advice, Cheryl. Okay, King of Swords coming up in reverse. This is my adult fit thrower. This is somebody who, when they don't get their way, they throw a fit, just like they're a 4-year-old in the supermarket on the floor, kicking and screaming, embarrassing the holy snot out of their mama. That's what this person is like when they don't get what they want. So we do have somebody who's an adult fit thrower showing up here, Cheryl, whenever this news comes in about this trip or this travel, that, it needs to be delayed or possibly canceled. They're having a fit about it. Just heads up, it's going to happen. May as well put on your seatbelt and your hard hat and get ready. With that Two of Swords, you have a decision to make after this person has their fit. Okay. That decision is going to be up to you whenever this is showing up in your spread. Okay. So Two of Swords does talk about your decision. Also, it talks about the idea of making this decision in the most fair way possible. So not just catering to somebody just because they're kicking and screaming on the equivalent of the supermarket floor, but really looking at what's the best, smartest, most logical, most fair thing to do in this situation. And then the last bit of advice is the Ace of Cups, which talks about, as you're looking at this decision, look at what feels good to you, what feels the best to you. If keeping the peace is what feels the best to you, okay, keep the peace. But if something else is what feels the best to you, follow that. Okay, sometimes we have to replenish ourselves in spite of the people around us. And so if that happens to be the case here, then I would highly, highly, highly recommend it. All right. So there we go, Miss Cheryl. Okay, anybody else in the room want a message from Spirit or a question answered? Go ahead and type in the chat box and let me know. Anybody? You're quite welcome. Did it make sense for you? Like, do you know who I'm talking about? Sunflower, welcome back. Thank you for letting me know about my audio. Nobody had told me that the last time I tried to jump in here. Glad you're back, my dear. Okay. Awesome. I'm glad. You're quite welcome. Sunflower, are you on my email list? Do you get my newsletters yet? Sunflower, message from Spirit, please. If you want to be on your phone, you can text 22828 and put in the word Amista and send that text, and it'll give you a request for your email address. And then I send out newsletters every Sunday night. I do a little bit of talking about whatever, and then I do a little bit of a blurb for each sign. And then I announce if I have classes coming up or contests and promotions, all that good stuff. I try to make my newsletters literally helpful to people, not just all about me. You're quite welcome. Thank you. All right, so let's see here. I'll probably I try to send out newsletters to new subscribers once a day. So probably either today or early tomorrow, you'll get the one I sent out last Sunday, if you've signed up by then. Let's see. Sunflower. I love your name, by the way. All right, so here's your situation. You have the Hermit showing up first. I love that Hermit card. And the Nine of Cups covering. Okay, so here's your situation. I'm going to say, Sunflower, that you've probably already been taking some time by yourself to really think about what makes you feel satisfied, what makes you feel fulfilled, what would be the thing that you would like to do the most moving forward. Okay, so you've been taking some time to think about that. You've actually taken some time away from other people so that you can think about that without being pulled in any one direction or another and actually figure that out. All right, now, best advice or heads up around this. You have the Devil card showing up. Yippee skippy, right? You have the Justice card showing up. And you have the Ten of Pentacles. Okay? So here's the thing. The Justice card for me can talk about some kind of separation, sometimes even a divorce. Like if we're talking marriage, this isn't a separation card for a marriage. This would actually be literally a divorce, a chopping. Um, if this isn't about somebody that you're married to, then this would still be separating, legally separating. So if you have some kind of contract or agreement with a business partner or anybody else, this would be separating from that agreement, separating from whoever that is that you have the contract or agreement with. Hello there, Angela. I don't know if I'm going to have time for one more because I've got a Reiki session after this, but I'm going to try and start being live a little bit more often. Anyway, let's go back to interpreting this form as Sunflower. So Devil card coming up here tells me that you do have, is this her or is this somebody in her sphere of influence? Yeah, you've got somebody in your sphere of influence who is really having a toxic impact on your life. They're probably also having a toxic impact on their own life as well. Kind of hard to have a toxic impact on someone else's life and not have it on your own life. So somebody in your sphere of influence who is acting in some kind of toxic way, and it is impacting and influencing your life. With that Justice card, remember I told you that has to do with the splitting of the ways, okay? Possibly a divorce, but a splitting of the ways. You're going to know if this is your partner or not. But basically, the advice here is split off from that toxic energy, wherever that's coming from. You want to split away from that, get that out of your life. Because if you can split away from that, then you can find some stability and security, which is interesting to me that we went from you're looking for fulfillment and satisfaction. This is a Cups card. What Spirit is showing you is how to get stability. So this tells me that before you can get that satisfaction, you have to have the stability and security. So there's steps to get here. Okay? So stability and security comes first. And then that leads you to a point where you can actually start working towards that satisfaction that you're looking for. Also, this would say that part of what brings you satisfaction is knowing that you have a stable and secure situation in your life, whether that is you by yourself or whether that's you with somebody else. So either way, stability and security come first, then you'll be able to reach that emotional fulfillment and satisfaction. Make sense for you, Sunflower? Always important to notice the details. There's lots of nuance whenever you read the cards. Excellent. Okay, thank you for giving me that feedback. Of course, I'm sure a lot of you guys know that if you want a live reading, you can contact me for that. My website's in the description box below. And then if you want a one question reading or a two question reading, I do those as well. Those are recorded and then just sent out to you. And then, of course, I do psychic mentoring for those of you who would like to get good at reading tarot cards or good at connecting with your own intuition without cards. I would be happy to do psychic mentoring. That's also on my website. And of course, I do parties for those of you in the local area. Some of my parties I do where I facilitate everybody there getting more in touch with their psychic abilities. Other parties I just read for everybody who wants a reading there. So I'm available for those as well. That also is on my website. And I think there's some other stuff, some house clearing if you're in the local area. And there's something else. I can't remember exactly what else. Oh, Reiki. I do Reiki as well. And that you don't have to be in the local area for. I do a lot of long distance Reiki. Most of y'all already know that, but for those of you who don't, check it out. I do have classes coming up. We're going to start online classes after the holidays this year. So you guys be on the lookout for that. Some of those are going to have to do with tarot. Some of those are going to have to do with manifesting. So we've got some fun stuff coming up. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate y'all and have a fantastic day. Peace out. Oh, and yeah, don't forget to put a thumbs up if you enjoyed this stream. Bye, honey. Honey bunnies.